time to go to town, and there people would vie for places to park on Main Street, and I can remember my father used to drive to town in the late afternoon, walk home for his dinner, and then we would all walk to town because he had found a particularly good parking place right on Main Street. Then we would sit in the car and people would come along and visit, and we'd have ice cream and do some shopping, but it was a
social event.
A social event in the village.
And you'd see the same people each week.
Mm-hmm.
So once you got the card, did that give you entree into a new social group?
I don't think it did particularly, but it was. We had a place to sit on Saturday nights.
Were there other sources of entertainment in town? Was it theater?
Oh, there were movie theaters, and the Sampson Opera House, which was on East Elm Street, had road shows which were, to me, quite wonderful. Mm-hmm. And my family took me to several. I particularly remember Buster Brown and his dog Tige.
Uh-huh.
Tige was a bulldog.
Yeah.
And a real live dog on stage. And then there was Uncle Tom's Cabin, which was, to me, seemed wonderful. And I remember, they must have had real dogs chasing little Eva across the ice, across the stage. I don't know just how they did it, but
it made an
very
impression on you.
effective.
Uh-huh. Was that the only theater in town?
There was the Sampson Theater, and then there was Cornwell's Theater, which was upstairs. I believe it must be in the block over Long's. Mm-hmm. And there were movies, and then later the Elmwood Theater. But I guess that was there before I was through high school.
Well, when you were a child, did they have organized sports activities for children, or clubs, or formal?
No, nothing like as they have now.
You were in Campfire Girls.
Yes, that would have come under that category. And they were much like the Girl Scouts, forerunner of the Girl Scouts, and we had, I think there was only one group in town, and several of my friends belonged, and we went camping in the summer, always went, well, I don't know how many years, but at least 2 I remember, and our leader, the leader of our group, her family had a cottage near Branchport, and that was where we would go for our camping. There was a very large boathouse, and we put our cots, we had to furnish our own cots, and we had our cots in the boathouse, and then we had our activities outdoors.
Mm-hmm. Were they lake-oriented activities?
Not as much as hiking, mm-hmm. and building a campfire and sitting around the campfire at night and singing our Campfire Girl songs and roasting marshmallows.
Do you remember any Campfire Girl songs?
No.
None to sing, huh? Did you get merit badges like they do in Scouts?
No, our rewards were in the form of beads, which were various shapes and sizes for different activities, and they were strung on a leather thong. And I remember one bead, I don't know what it was, what you had to do to receive it, but it was beautiful. It was not large, but seems as if it was carved and had holes in it. It was a very pretty bead. I know it was the choice one.
And you won it. You talked about going to dinner on a Sunday around